Hey dear friends, welcome here to Six Wheels Down. Today I want to take you on a little motorcycle ride around here in the Pacific Northwest. In February of 2022, my wife and I, we ended up here in Oregon, at the Oregon coast, after having spent 2 years as full-time travelers in our RV. And we decided to settle down here in the Pacific Northwest because we simply love this area. It's amazing. So there are a lot of areas to explore riding motorcycles. And here at winter time, you would think coming to Oregon in the Pacific Northwest, it's freezing cold and it's raining all the time. Um, well, let me tell you the reality. When we look at temperatures, the temperatures here are very mild, both summer and winter. I think it's very few days, perhaps a few days a year, where we are below freezing point. Else we are more like in the high 40s, low 50s here at winter time, by far the most days. So it's perfect temperature for riding motorcycles. About the rain, yeah, it does rain here. It rains a lot, but it's not all the time and it's not every day. And there are a lot of days where you can go out riding motorcycles. Like today, it's very typical. The days will start dry, and then around 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, that's when the rain starts, and then it rains the rest of the day and through the night. But then next morning it's nice again. So there are a lot of opportunities for riding motorcycles here at winter time. Of course, I enjoy watching all the videos from the people down in Florida riding in t-shirts here at winter time, the shade tree surgeon and the blockhead and all these videos there. And I thank these people a lot for making those. I really enjoy watching them. But you can ride motorcycle here in the Pacific Northwest, especially out here at the coastline. You can definitely ride year round. And today I will take you up to an area called Fort Stevens, and there is a small marina called Hammond. That's actually where the end scene from Free Willy with the killer whale, it was shot up there. They released the killer whale and he jumped the jetty there out into freedom. That's up here in Hammond, about 7, 8 miles from our house, and we will drive up there and see where that was, and then I will take a trip out exploring a state park called Fort Stevens, where you can go all the way out to where the Pacific Ocean hits the coast. And let me just show you where we are. So here we have all of United States, and where we will be riding today is up here in Oregon. So we are way up north and we are out by the coastline here. And let's try to zoom in a bit. And here you have Portland in Oregon. And we are living out here by the coast. Actually, down here by this area called Colby Lake, that's where our house is. And we are very fortunate to live here because that's a nice place for kayaking in the summertime. But at the same time, we just go up Highway 1 here and out to the beach. It's 5 minutes on bicycle, and we are out here by the nicest beach where you can go on your bicycle all the way up and down the coastline here. So it's very nice. But I'll try to take you on a bicycle ride here up Highway 1. And then we will go out on this peninsula here. You can see here we have the Columbia River where it comes out into the Pacific Ocean. And up here, this part north of this line you see here, that's the border up to Washington State. So that's Washington, that's Oregon. And this is Cape Disappointment down here, this whole state park. But this point here is Cape Disappointment. But we will be down here on the Oregon side, and we will drive up here, and then there is this whole state park here called Fort Stevens State Park. and that's where we will go into. And while I'm recording here, if you hear any snoring sounds, it's just because I have a bulldog, Miss Ellie, and she's lying here sleeping in the same room. She has her eyes open now when I'm recording, but she was snoring away, so you might hear some snoring sounds. It's just Miss Ellie. And our dachshund Shah, he is also sleeping out here, but he doesn't snore. He just relaxes and sleeps. Yeah, and when you ride your motorcycles up here in the north, it's important to have some motorcycle gear. I'll just grab mine here so that we can go riding and stay warm. And I'll just show you what I'm using when I'm riding up here. Of course, I have my helmet with a GoPro gear. Then I have a pair of gloves. I think they're kind of wearing out. I've used them so much for years now, so they're kind of starting to wear out. But they still work, but I need to buy some new ones. A pair of good boots, and then of course a jacket and some pants. And for jacket I use this here HWK. It's not very expensive with these canvas jackets, but what I like about them is that they are ventilated. You have vents here you can open for summertime, so that you stay cooled down. But what's really good about them is you can see it has like a liner on the inside, and it has a zipper. So you can actually unzip that liner at summertime so you don't overheat. And it's relatively waterproof. You can actually wash it in some of that stuff from Helly Hansen that you use to waterproof rain jackets. And that's what I use. Wash them in that, and it will protect you from water as well. I use the same brand for my pants. And what's good about these is that it has a liner on the inside. Again, you can see it can be unzipped here. But that liner here makes it waterproof. So even if some water should come through the outer layer, you are protected from this inner layer. So you are waterproof with this gear. So let's get it. And here before we leave, let me just show you a bit how we store our motorcycles. So you can see our house is here. We have our truck and travel trailer and the house here. And here at the end of the house we have a little garage, or a carport it is actually. And that's where we keep our motorcycles. And you can see I have them under cover. And the reason is that the carport here is open. So I really would like to cover this up so it's enclosed. So I think I will build walls over here. You can see how the water comes in, so it's necessary to keep covers on the motorcycles. I would like to be able to store them without that, so I think we will enclose this whole area. But let's get them uncovered so we can go. Morning, John. Oh, looks like it's trash day. What a wonderful day here to ride. And if you're up here by the Pacific Northwest, this is very typical. The days will start out like this with blue sky, and then around 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, that's usually when the rain starts. So there are lots of options if you want to ride a motorcycle.
And as you can see, I'm riding an Iron 883. I've had it since beginning of 2020, so a couple of years now. We're in 23, and I'm very pleased with it. I love this bike. It's a good all-round bike. You can take it from small spins, you know, riding through town and small roads like this here, but it can definitely also handle going on the freeway. So it has no problems going 75 miles per hour. It's very rare we use it here because the freeway speeds when you go over towards Portland, they're only 55. So it's very rare that we have to go more than 55 on the freeway. But when we lived down in New Mexico and in Colorado, these places, there were a lot of places where it was 75 or 80 on the freeway, and there was no problem with that. I don't know where this motorcycle maxes out on top speed, but I don't really care either. It has plenty of speed. But I just love riding around here up in Oregon. There are so many small beautiful roads, windy roads to ride on. And as you can see here, today is a lovely day. Temperatures here, they're very mild all year round. At summertime it doesn't get too hot. You get up in the late 70s, start 80s. And at winter time it's very rare, very few days you are below 33, the freezing point. Most days we are in the high 40s, start 50s, even at winter time here. It's January, and today is 48 here at 9:30 in the morning, and I think around noon we should be at 51. And down here to the left, that's where we have the marina in Warrenton. So there's a lot of fishing going on from here. Is the small town of Warrenton. Very cozy little place. And you can see straight here is to Fort Stevens State Park, and that's where we're heading. And right in here to the right side we have a dog park where we take our dogs quite often. That's a nice little place to let the dogs play with other dogs. What is better than these more twisty roads here? And there is so much of that here on the east coast, on the west coast. You have these small cozy towns you go through, and it's just nice places to drive. Wet here. It's definitely been raining a lot. And this here is exactly where it was. So you see the pier right out here? That's where he jumped over out into freedom. That's where they recorded it. There should be a metal sign or something out there where there is something telling about that it was recorded. I think one day I'll take a walk out there on the pier all the way out, and we can go and see where it actually happened. But that's the scene from Free Willy. That was right here. Really beautiful. Let's see what it says here. Ranger Station. Okay. So this here is actually the entrance to the campground. Take a look around here. That's a super nice little campground here. And I think this way down there, no, it's that way. That's where they have cabins and yurts. And that way there, that's where you can camp with travel trailers and motorhomes and stuff. Let's go and have a look here. Just look around. There are these loops you can go into. This in there, that's for bikers. You can stay and put tents up. Loop F. Yeah. There's a lot of sites. They look like they're all back in sites, and as you can see down there, it's like they have water and they have electrical hookup. So each site has a small spot like this and a camping table and a fireplace. They're not very big, so big A-class motorhomes might not be able to get in here. We have a small 20-foot Sonic travel trailer. That is perfect for this kind of stuff. That's actually one thing to consider if you like to go camping, that a lot of these campgrounds like the state parks and so on, they have a limit of 20 feet. If you're bigger than that, you can't get in there. And that's typical sites like this. They don't accept trailers bigger than that. There are people camping here. Very nice campground. And we are so close to the ocean here. We are out here in the state park, where if you follow the road a bit further out, then it takes you right to the small parking areas where you can reach the ocean. But a really nice place to go to. Ooh, the sun is sharp here. here, they are sites where you have to book up front. But there's an area all down in the further stands. The loop looks just like the other ones, but that's without reservation, so you can basically show up and it's first come first served there. But what a beautiful area here. Oh, there's a big lake down there. But I will have to say, I do envy the people I see on videos from Florida right now that can ride in a t-shirt here in January. That would be nice. I would like that. To drive all the way out to the tip of this here. And just look at the roads going out here, they're so long and straight. But it's quite amazing. It's a nice area. And they will take us right out to the tip here, where we should be able to look over to Cape Disappointment on the Washington side of Columbia River. And then if we go this way out to the left, that's right out to the Pacific Ocean. But man, is this beautiful. And a view to the mountains in Washington. And you can go over the Meckler Bridge up by Astoria, and you will get over there and drive along the coast up Highway 1. It continues up through Washington State. Area out here. Let's try to go to the end and see if we can walk out to the water. That would be awesome. I think we should be able to park here. People walking their dogs here. That's a good place for that. Well, let's try to walk in there and see this area. I've seen this before. Kind of wonder what it is in here. Look how neat. Looks like a walk path here. This is neat. So this here would still be the Columbia River. That's really a nice place to go for hikes. Try to walk around in this, see where it takes us. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but all this way out in the horizon there, that would be Washington. And this far over there, that's Cape Disappointment. That's the tip where you have the inlet to Colombia. This is actually a fun place to take a hike here. Look at these small paths here you go to. This is awesome. The nature is gorgeous out here. Then it seems like there are these small sheds here for bird watching. I don't know if you can see, but they have some signs in there with pictures of the different birds you see here at the Oregon coast. Just want to show you this moss I've been talking about on the trees. Can you see how it's covering the branches? Oh yeah, back at the motorcycle. We'll continue on. Well, let's get this bad boy started again, so we can explore a bit more. Let's try to go down and see what's there. No RVs here either. Construction going on, but we have had some severe storms here recently. It might be that they are doing a lot of repairs. Oh look, there's even a big watchtower there. And out on this side, that's the Pacific Ocean coming in. To park here. So this tower is closed. Might not be safe. And let's walk up here and see. That should be the Pacific up here. Oh yeah, here it comes. Look at that. So we are right out of the tip here at the entrance to Columbia River. And this is the Pacific coming in here. This way down, that's down towards Seaside. The whole coastline there. And this here is a calm day. That's a calm day by the ocean. It's not very windy today. But look at this. Doesn't get any better.
Yeah, and thank you for joining me on this ride. And all that's really left now is just to cover up the motorcycle, and we have had a fantastic day.